that aren't their strengths.
Yeah. No, that's so true. I didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm overly dissecting it, but I always think of it like that because I grew up without a lot of self-confidence, and so I had to figure a lot of this stuff out for myself. But I do know some of the best compliments when I was younger were on real things.
Yeah.
That people weren't gassing me up about things that I weren't, but they saw things like, Will, you're a good talker, you're good at this, you're good at that. And you're really funny. And I focused on those things that like they were telling me, and I was able to build off of it to where I did feel good about myself.
Yeah.
And I knew at a young age that I wasn't the most popular kid in school. Like, and not in a bad way. Like I didn't have like bad self-esteem. I just knew like, all right, there's like 5 guys in this whole middle school that get all the girls. Yeah. Those are the hot guys. Yeah. And these are the same 5 girls that keep dating those 5. Those are the hot girls. Yeah. Like I knew that. Like I wasn't like sad about it. I just got it. I'm like, all right. So I knew that. I'm like, I'm not one of those dudes. What is my strength to like fit in with these people? Yeah. And so like I made a girl laugh. I'm like, that's it. Like I'm going to be the funny guy. Yeah. And turns out that makes you a little bit more attractive. Yeah. And so there's other things that you can do, right? And then life goes on. We grow up. We all change how we look anyways. We change how we act. But it's something like that. I think people need to find the, what's my thing? Yeah. And whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever that is, build off of it. But
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Where world did we live in? I think that we have, I would hope that more and more there's opportunities to build off the strengths that you have, like college, like you recognizing, hey, I'm good at these nails, but if there's an opportunity to take this somewhere else, can I go to school for it? Yeah. You know what I mean? And the fact that you're able to go to school for the 3 months is pretty cool. There's not a lot of options like that like, for people. I bet there's a lot more than we think, huh? Yeah. Now that I think about it.
And you know what's crazy is I feel like there's so many things that are trades like that you can go to school for that pay so well. And
like plumbers make so much money. Yes. And that was like a made fun of thing when we were younger.
Yes. And it is so crazy to me. And yeah, there's just so many trades that I know at the school that I was going to up in Utah. I look back and I'm like, dang, like those people are making some really good money, you know? And to me, I just think that we need to step away from, not everybody needs to go to college. Cause when I was that age, I never knew I could go to school to do nails. Not in a million years. Like I didn't think that was a thing, you know? And not until I got into my 20s and I'm like, ooh, I want to go to do nails. And that's when I started saving up. But like, had I known out of high school that I could have gone, and it's so crazy that there's high schoolers in Utah, well, and probably even here in Las Cruces now, I don't really know, but in Utah, I had a couple of the cosmetology girls who were in high school, and that's just part of their credits for high school.
Oh, wow.
And they even had the nail tech program for high schoolers. And which none of my classmates were high schoolers, but it was just like your last period of school, you would go and do at the trade school or whatever. So
I think the times have changed too. Maybe they do that here now as well. Yeah, they for sure didn't do that when we were in high school.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I remember thinking the same thing. I'm like, well, if I don't figure out my skills, like I'm gonna have to go to the army or something. Yeah, because that's what everyone did that didn't really know what they were gonna do. Is they did that. Yeah. And not everyone. Some of those people had military parents. So they kind of wanted to do that the whole time. Yeah. But I remember thinking that I'm like, I'm going to have to like just go to the army. Yeah. I don't have any skills. Yeah. And then like you start realizing there's so many like the trades you said, like different things that you can do. And then you see friends do them. And you're like, I never even knew that was a thing. Yeah. I think they need to start teaching that stuff in high school, which it sounds like they're doing in Utah. Yeah. But why not? Like worst thing, you start doing it, you realize it's not your thing, you move on to something else. Yeah. But to know that there are options that don't leave you like thousands of dollars in debt, like most colleges do, I think that's super important because college felt impossible. And the only reason I'm going to college now is because I get it reimbursed. But it's growing up, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to afford that. Like I'm poor. Like we can't even, we don't have a car. Yeah. How am I going to go to college? Yeah. And so it's guys, like, if you're enjoying watching these clips, then head over to the description so you can go watch the entire podcast episode or go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, search Talk It Up, look for the gold logo and start watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.